Okay, we've checked out some minor chords. Now we've got to check out how to change between them. As we already discovered, doing those 1 minute changes is a really good way to go. Now that we've added those other 3 chords, suddenly we've got quite a few more different combinations that we could be doing. So what I'm going to do is give you some suggested combinations, but remember that if any of these you find really easy and you found another combination really hard, then you should substitute the one that you find hard, because remember, I'll repeat it again, you should always practice what you can't do, don't practice what you can. So let's go through the combinations and I'll give you the reasoning why I think they might be a good one to work on. So the first combination in our list is A minor to E. And the reason we're looking at A minor to E is because it's essentially the same shape, lifting up and moving strings. Now, I know I make this look kind of easy because I've done this chord change several million times in my life already. Now that you can see that the idea here is that the whole chord shape is just staying. It's just lifting up, and the hand kind of moves and then lifts up and it moves back. Now, I don't know how many I could do with those in a minute, but it'll definitely be a lot. So the thing that I want you to work on here is just lifting up the chord shape, moving it over and pressing down, and trying to keep the fingers relative to each other. I know it looks easy, but you will probably find yourself going like that, and then you've lost it already. And you have to replace them one at a time. So trying to get them to move as a group. The second change that I've got here on your list is A minor to D minor. Now, the actual change isn't particularly difficult, but you've got to get that third finger stretched out. So first finger and second finger kind of stay relative to each other, but third finger has to jump forward, and that can be quite tricky. So that's the reason you've got that second one, is to get used to that third finger jumping forward like that. Of course, I know you should be strumming each chord. I'm just making the movement so I can talk and you won't get distracted by me playing while I'm doing it. Okay, the next one we've got on the list is A to D minor. Now the good thing with this one is you've got a third finger anchor. So there's your A chord. Now to get to D minor, first and second fingers come off, third finger comes forward, and then first and second go down. So you're trying to leave that third finger down for these changes. And you should find that it makes doing that chord change considerably easier than the other ones, because you've got that anchor finger, and an anchor finger is always a good thing to do. Now the other two that I've got written down here on my list is E to D. Now E to D, lift off, shift forward. We've already been doing that one. So that gets you used to doing that chord change, which you've already done. If that wasn't one that you found very easy, change it for one that you do find difficult. And the last one, E minor to D. So we've got here E minor to D. Now, you've probably got used to doing E, where you've got that little anchor finger, but with E minor you don't have that. So it gives you a bit of an example of how much easier it makes it when you've got yourself an anchor finger. I'm sure you'll enjoy this next set of 1 minute changes. Please remember, trying to do it often, trying to do a little bit of this 1 minute changes every day. It's only 5 minutes a day, it's not a huge amount of time, but it makes such a big difference if you're training this up regularly and you're really working on getting those chords moving as fast as you can. You really will notice that suddenly you'll be able to get to this point where we play songs and it'll actually it'll work. You'll be able to change in a way that makes it musical, and that's kind of what we're looking for. Nice, quick changes. So now, get to it, do some practice, and work on them really fast. See you soon.